the volume of a rectangular prism. So we are on page 739 in your math book. And it says, scan the lesson, predict 2 things you're going to be learning about finding the volume of a rectangular prism. So the first thing we're going to write is how to find the volume of a rectangular prism. So how to find the volume of a rectangular prism. And the second thing we're going to learn is how to find the missing dimensions of a rectangular prism. So how to find the missing dimensions of a rectangular prism. All right, let's scroll down to vocabulary. Vocabulary, define volume. Well, the volume is the amount of space inside a 3-dimensional figure. So the amount of space inside a 3-dimensional figure. Inside a 3-dimensional figure. When would you use volume? Well, we can use volume to find out how much something can hold. We use volume to find out how much something can hold. All right, how about an example? An example of when we might use volume, and here's a picture here down at the bottom. An example is how much space is inside an aquarium. How much space is inside an I spelled it wrong. Aquarium. Forgive my typo. How much space is inside an aquarium? So the whole thing would be the volume. But a non-example would be if we're just looking at how much space is on the floor of the aquarium, that would be a non-example. So let's write that. How much space, this is a non-example, how much space is on the floor of an aquarium. Let's spell it right this time. All right, great. Now let's scroll down to the real world link. Aquarium. The dimensions of an aquarium are shown in the picture to the right. What is the area of the base? Always look at the words. What are we looking for? What's the area of the base? I am going to change colors so I can show you what the base is. So the base of the aquarium would be the floor of the aquarium. I'm going to change the color here. So this whole thing is the base. That whole thing is going to be the base. So they're asking, what's the area of the base? And that's going to be the bottom of the floor of the aquarium. That's the base. So the area is going to be equal to length times width. So area of the base is equal to length times width. And so we know that the area is going to be 3 times 2. So area equals 3 times 2. So our area is going to be 6 feet squared. Always square the units when we're finding the area. All right, number 2, what's the height of the aquarium? I'm going to change this. So here's the height. That's how tall it is. So the height of the aquarium is 2 feet. So we're just going to write 2 feet. And now we can do number 3 to fill in the blanks for the volume. So the volume is going to be, my length is 3, my width is 2, and my height is 2. So my volume is going to be 3 times 2 times 2. That's 12 feet cubed. 12 feet cubed. Notice in this case, our units are cubed, or our exponent is cubed.